Full transparency moment. Remember when I told you I'd taken or I'd done that OSCE about a month ago, went into our simulation center, had my own standardized patient, performed all 40 maneuvers on them. I'm like, oh, I killed that. I'm so good at the clinical experience. I failed. You can only get 5 maneuvers incorrect. I got 8. Unbeknownst to me, or quickly beknownst to me, majority of the class failed. And the instructor is correlating that to COVID because we didn't have time to go into the simulation center. Everything has to be so spread out. Students aren't on campus as much, so students weren't practicing with each other on campus with the beds that are in the study rooms. Just a lot of stuff going on. But today is my real OSCE. This is the one I'm getting scored for. As you can see, I have my scrubs again today, but in order to prevent us from failing, they let us go into our simulation center and work with the SP to get direct feedback and take our notes with us. So everything that I got incorrect, they printed it out for me so I could specifically work on those things. Amazing. And even better, my SP was a doctor. So he was able to show me where the supraclavicular area is and how to palpate it, the anterior and the posterior part, how to palpate the thyroid, you know, all these different maneuvers, how to turn my stethoscope so I could click it for the bell. So I'm excited that I get this second opportunity or the second chance to perform these maneuvers on my SP, and I know that this time I am going to pass. So today's video, I'm going to show you me practicing on a classmate, and because last time I literally woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, thought I could run through all 40 maneuvers and then practice 15 minutes before my mock OSCE. Bad move, bad move. So today, I did practice 2 days ago at the center, been rehearsing the moves like literally in my head out loud because I'm going to pass. Like, we are not failing anything else. Like, we're passing. Medical school, we're gonna pass with flying colors. So I will take you through what today looks like. You're gonna get real-time feelings, real-time emotions, real-time actions. And yeah, just stay tuned and check it out. Here we go. I will be doing a physical exam on you today. Can you confirm your name and date of birth? So I'm going to start. Preference of the arm? Yeah. Okay. This is too much. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and squeeze them really tightly. Now open them up, raise your eyebrows. Okay. Follow my fingers. I actually want you to look directly past me at a fixed object in the distance. So tell me which finger that you see wiggling, okay? Okay. Now look directly at me and follow my finger. Don't move your head. Okay, good. All right, and so I would at this point ask you to close your eyes, and I would touch both sides of your forehead, your jawline, and your cheekbones. And then I want you to smile for me. Pull down your lower lip so I can see your gum and examine your teeth. And then pull up your upper lip so I can do the same. Now stick out your tongue, say ah. Now I want to check the roof of your mouth to make sure everything is okay. Now wiggle your tongue from side to side, checking the motion. All right, and I want you to smile big. Okay, great, I was looking for symmetry there. All right, and now I'm going to examine your neck. Have you noticed any changes, anything different? All right, at this point, I asked him to move to the end of the bed so that I could palpate his thyroid from the back, from behind him. And then we're going to move forward and go on to checking the JVP, the jugular venous pressure or pulse. And then in addition to looking at the carotid artery on both sides of the neck. And now I'm checking for any changes on the skin in the abdomen, and I'm going to be applying pressure in 6 different areas. First a light pressure and then a deeper pressure. And then I had set my stethoscope on his stomach to see if I could hear any of the bowel sounds. Oh, and at this point, this is when I'm trying to feel the bottom part of the liver. This obviously means that there is something abnormal going on, so I did not feel the bottom of his liver. But this was like a really cool part of the exam where you actually like feeling like a true student or a baby doctor. Now it's time to observe the back, the skin on his back, in addition to percussing in 6 different places on the back for the lung field. And then I'm going to take my stethoscope and ask the patient to breathe in and out through an open mouth as I press the stethoscope in 6 different places to hear the lungs and making sure that everything is clear and I don't hear any crackles or any rails. And of course, this will be done directly on the skin and not through clothes. Nolan, how did I do?
The best.
Don't lie to the people. How did I do?
Awesome. Prepared. Ready?
By the 4th time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we got it, right?
Yes.
All right. Bye. Thanks. So now I am on my way over to walk over to the sales center. That's our simulation center. And as y'all just saw, I had to practice like 4 different times with Nolan, which is fine because at the end of the day, I just need to get it right for the exam, right? And that's all I need to do. So here I'm going to knock this out. Then I'll be coming back to study, and we have an anatomy lab and stuff later. And so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, this is great. I'll let you know how to afterwards. It's gonna be amazing. Amazing. So I am fresh out of my OSCE and I don't really have a smile on my face. Okay, I don't think I failed because they discuss with you the maneuvers that you performed incorrectly after you have finished, and we can get up to 5 wrong. He didn't say 5, but it was just kind of annoying because I've been practicing the thyroid and I was still too high. I did everything correctly, but I was still too high. I forgot to ask about any skin changes on the chest and on the back and the blood pressure cuff. I checked the blood pressure over the gown and it needs to be directly on the skin. But I mean, it was fine. It's over. Hopefully I passed because I don't want to have to do this again. But then like the SP went into standardized patient, went into like finesse score, which is not really graded, but it's like, how do you make the patient feel? How did they feel being your patient? Things like that. And on that note, I felt kind of let down. I felt disappointed because every patient I've ever had has always said, you made me feel comfortable, you were warm, you know, all those good things. But since this was an exam, I didn't ask them questions like, well, how are you today? How's it going? And he's always like, speak before touch. So before I started something, I just jumped right in and I didn't ask them the questions. For example, when I was checking the visual field, I like just got up on him and got close and he said, oh, I was kind of taken aback because I didn't know what you were going to do, because I have to treat SPs as like regular patients who don't know what's going on. So that was a point of reflection because I always want people to feel comfortable when they're in my care, or like if they're my patient, I want them to feel comfortable with me as their student doctor. And this patient did not. And when I was going through the maneuvers, I'm like, why is he so tense? Why is he like, did they not prep him on this? Because he's SP, like he should know what's going to happen. But it was intentional. He said, because you came right in and it just seemed like you wanted to speed through everything. So this is one of many things that I'll be working on. I have an abdominal small group one next week. And then at the end of the month, I'll have another SP encounter. So I'll be sure to implement all of these things, all of this feedback into my next encounter, because as a student doctor, I aim to get better, be better each and every time that I am meeting with the patient. So that's the goal. But based on his feedback, I did pass the OSCE, but I'll be waiting for the official results to come back on that. And I'll keep y'all posted on that. But yeah, medical school is hard, yo. On so many different levels. It's so hard. Like, I'll get through it, right? Just like everything else. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I really thought that I was gonna come out like super excited. Like, I have hit all 40 maneuvers. I did it all, y'all. I did this, I did that. I didn't. Like, that is not what this reaction is. But That's the point of this being my real life, right? You get to see the real struggle, the real things in real time of what I'm going through. The goal is really to progress and to be better as I go. Each time it'll get better and better. So I am going to take the advice that I give everyone else. Be kind to yourself, be gracious, and like, I got this. Like, it's okay. It's one thing. It's not the end of the world, because it really isn't. And I'll be better next time. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.